What is going on YouTube? Hayden back making another brand new crypto TV episode. In today's video, we're going to be looking at Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, as well as XRP to USD. We're also going to be looking at the current coin market cap, some charting, as well as an article on Cointelegraph called Bitcoin Price Rejected at 10.8K as crypto market braces for Bakkt. So a bunch of interesting things, guys. If you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up. I'm doing a giveaway at 12,000 subscribers. Otherwise, guys, let's jump into today's video. So before we dive into the current coin market cap, I want to start off with this article really quick, kind of explain to you guys what Bakkt is, because I feel like a lot of you probably don't know what that is. So basically, it's an article on Cointelegraph, and it says Bitcoin simmers after latest 11K moonshot. It then goes on to say, I want to find some more information here. The 12% 7 days are, let's go. Okay, Bitcoin's latest consolidation meanwhile continues to pile pressure on altcoin markets. Most major tokens lost several percentage points in US dollar terms on Thursday, having failed to rally. So I want to go into the parts where it talks about Bakkt. So let me pull that up, BAKKT. There we go. And then as you guys can see, we have right here. So it talks about the institutional Bakkt right here. For Philb, a popular Bitcoin trader, the launch of institutional trading platforms Bakkt later in September is the closest such deciding moment. Bitcoin continues to consolidate above 10,000, he summarizes. So he then goes on, while opinions suggest demands for Bakkt physical Bitcoin futures will be high, activity has yet to kick off, with clients' deposits beginning on Friday this week. So what is Bakkt? So if we click this, it should bring up what Bakkt is a little more in specific. So this was on September 2nd, I believe 3 days ago. What does it mean? So Bakkt has been approved, and starting September 6th, which is I believe today or tomorrow, clients will be able to, or I think tomorrow, will be able to deposit their funds into the Bakkt warehouse in anticipation for trading beginning on September 23rd. And this time, is this time different, or will market reactions to this latest institutional product launch echo that of one CBOE futures launch in 2017, which resulted in Bitcoin price dropping 85% over following 12 months. So the key difference between the CBOE and CME future products and Bakkt is that the future contracts through Bakkt is settled in Bitcoin and not cash. This will be significant as it means that clients who trade the product will receive actual Bitcoin in their accounts upon settlement instead of dollars, which I feel like is semi-important. This continued development of institutional grade products for both trading and custodianship should be perceived as bullish for the asset class, as it allows greater access to these markets for investors, as well as increasing general liquidity. So liquidity is in volume, which is, I think, very good. If you think about it, if you're paying people in one currency over another, the currency that you're paying them with should have a little more volume and action. So that's what they're talking about and referring to liquidity. Kind of makes sense, we'll see. And if you think about people actually getting paid with a certain token, they should start to use that as a means of payment, potentially more likely than some other one. Otherwise, moving on to the charts, current coin market cap, we have 71%. Majority of the markets are slightly retracing, and I want to go into that a little bit more in specifics in a second. I'm just trying to get a general understanding. It was weird when I looked at the charts. Bitcoin was the only one that was like fairly up or just trading sideways, while every other altcoin was pretty much just consolidating back down. And I was surprised. I thought the rest of the markets would climb with Bitcoin as well. So I want to go in depth with you to really see what exactly is happening with the other tokens. Why are we falling? Why are we retracing? It was very interesting, but we aren't really falling by much. It's been, the past couple of days, just a slow climb to the bottom, which is not necessarily a good thing, but that's pretty much what's been happening. So moving to, let's go to Bitcoin, you'll notice what I'm referring to. So Bitcoin, and I had to reset Chrome like 3 times, but my charts, my lines might be a little bit different. People on Patreon, you should have these lines. You'll notice the uptrend right here. is holding on quite well. We have a ton of support right here, and then we had it act as a resistance, and then once again it acted as a support. So you can see as we slowly strayed farther away from the coin, from the uptrend, we came back down to retest the uptrend, which held quite well. Very interesting enough is we did manage to kind of get intertwined with the high-low MMA, and I believe that death cross did happen. That green did cross over the red, which is interesting. The one thing to take, though, is that we are in a bigger ascending wedge. So that was probably the one thing that I didn't include right now. So I do think that this is a wedge that's forming upwards, and I think that slowly we should continue to, make massive leaps up here. I do want to throw in this right here. There we go. So what I'm noticing right now is we are starting to see Bitcoin kind of challenge the area at around $10,500 right here, and merely we are trading at around 54 on the RSI. So we should, if we are able to break through here, we could see a high as $12,700, which is fairly significant if you ask me. I don't think that's something that's impossible. If we do get rejected at this price, I believe we will once again pull back down to a support, obviously a higher low, which will be great because we've been setting higher lows, and that should inevitably switch. I just got a text. Switch upwards like this, and we could see this consolidation take place like that. So that's really what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. This obviously ends towards December. I know that's quite a while away, but the markets more so look like we're having a higher low pattern forming an ascending triangle, because we don't seem to be having a downtrend or a descending triangle, because we broke lower highs. So lower highs would be, we have one here, one here, one here, one here, but then the pattern gets broken because this one is higher than the previous ones. So that's why I'm saying I believe we're more so in an ascending triangle over a descending one. In terms of Litecoin, very, very, very peculiar. I'm noticing, well, similar pattern. We did have a pretty big hike, and then consolidation happened, and then we once again had a pretty big hike, and then the consolidation happened. If history seems to repeat itself, it should obviously see a swing back to the upside as well, because we see this bigger one, the smaller one, then a bigger one. We should see a potentially bigger one if things can, continue to follow that pattern. But for the most part, what Litecoin really needs to do is break through a very, very, very strong, descending wedge. This wedge, this red one, was not yet confirmed. I feel like I did at some point have my lines more so showing that we might have broken out of it, or maybe it was with Ethereum, I think, or XRP. But as of right now, since reviewing them once again, we're not making much progress with Litecoin. We consolidated back out, we retested support or resistance right here, and we broke bearish and we fell lower. So unfortunately, until we see any sort of confirmation of a break above here and a close of the candle above here, we're going to be continuing to head down with Litecoin. So that's unfortunate, but honestly, this is projected outlook of potentially a $100 Litecoin within the next couple of weeks. Long term, short term, just more consolidation. With Ethereum, guys, let's see. So many ads. I know, Brave browser, Brave browser. So Ethereum broke its downtrend. It broke its uptrend, and it fell to lower levels. I feel like at some point I might have had some more lines on here. I know this can be a support just by looking at that currently where the price is right now. We are trending lower, which is obviously nothing we want to do. There is another support right here for you guys, something along the lines of this. A little bit harder. We could extend this out. It's a little tougher, but potentially something like this where we're cutting down here. It looks like we're just continuing to fall lower. So Ethereum looks like a coin that is kind of hard to track right now and isn't something I really want to pay close attention to or get involved in, because it doesn't seem to have the best trend lines and the best uptrends, downtrends, you know what I'm saying. So Bitcoin and Litecoin seem to be the ones that have the most potential right now. As for XRP, which today I think might be the last day, we might do Ethereum Classic tomorrow, seems to be trending out of its descending wedge, which is necessarily a good thing. We are just once again consolidating. Now, normally in a bullish market, when we break a downtrend like this, the immediate predecessor is to shoot up to these higher levels. Fortunately, we seem to be suppressed. These markets seem to be suppressed. So honestly, at any point that we get volume into the markets, I believe the entire market as a whole this time will shoot up to higher levels. Dang, do not show this again. Continue. Otherwise, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on post notifications, leave a giant thumbs up, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.